Bad news for all those of us who like electric vehicles and the electrification of industry in general. Last week, Tesla reported a 55% decline in profitability year on year. Why did that happen? Well, Tesla is facing a perfect storm, and I shall unpack that with you and then tell you why I think that is only subtext to the much larger story. So why exactly did this lack in profitability occur? Number one, Tesla is facing lacking and sluggish demand based on high interest rates because consumers think twice about what to finance in their lives. Number two, sluggish and lagging infrastructure build out. Here in the United States, we've made quite a bit of headway, up to 200,000 charging stations to date, but too little, too slow in order to quell consumers' anxieties around range. Number three, it has faced headwinds, new headwinds from new competitors here in the United States, in Europe, and most notably in China, where BYD, the biggest car maker of electric vehicles by number sold, has been making inroads, not just in China, but also in Europe. Fourth, supply chain trouble due to geopolitics and tensions in the Middle East, as well as low water levels thanks to climate change in the Panama Canal. Number five, it had to stomach additional cost in recalling a lot of Cybertrucks that had launched. These recalls are expensive and they need to be fixed if consumers are supposed to have trust in the brand again. Number six, it is launching a new low-cost vehicle. Therein lies the flight forward. It's a good move, but it is expensive, as any development of any car model usually is. Number 6 or 7, I lost count, is the factory automation with additional partially humanoid robots coming that is supposed to lift its level of production to new heights. All of those are heavy capital expenditures that make the cost structure underlying a car made by Tesla much more expensive. So it's facing upward cost pressure and downward pricing pressure. But really the more important part of the story is that Elon Musk just went to China, and he did so because the forthcoming robotaxis, another expensive development, rely on the sharing of data between its vehicles in China and its data centers and AI models here in the United States. That is quite ironic because we are now banning TikTok for sharing data with officials in Beijing on Chinese servers. So now one of America's most iconic entrepreneurs is going to China to ask China to be able to do the same thing in reverse. There are good technical and business reasons for this because AI models need to be trained with large amounts of data, especially in autonomous vehicles where edge cases really matter. And the more you can model, the safer these vehicles are. So there are good reasons for this, but it is nonetheless geopolitically dicey. What do we need to do? Well, Tesla is not alone in this conundrum. We need to have a bilateral data accord between China and the United States in order to give businesses safeguarded access to data generated on their devices across borders. That does not yet exist, although the Asian Digital Economy Partnership Agreement is slightly ahead of Western countries, certainly ahead of any alliance or any contract or agreement or accord between Western economies and China. That needs to change if we want to retain an edge in our data economy here in the United States, but also in China. So both sides are incentivized to collaborate. How? That's the big question, and it's a really wickedly complex one, but trust us, we're working on it.